If someone arises in your life, make sure it's not a cock, because that's gay.
Yeah.
It's good for your ass.
Something's happened there for him to be saying stuff like that. Something's happened there for him to say something like that.
Who? What? You still going
This
on about
wrestler,
Jay?
he went off. No, this wrestler has just gone off script and gone on about men's mental health. So something's happened there to him to have done that.
Fucking hell, monkey boy!
What's the matter?
You dickhead!
Yeah, I know.
That's all.
Oh, thanks. What?
Yeah! What a guy.
Who?
Yeah, I'll check on him. Just go check him in. Your teammate were whining last night.
Why?
Oh, I've not done any laps, I've not done well enough, oh, I'm going to really struggle round here. Then I gave him false setup information because I know fuck all about setups. Dan then sorted him out. Dan went, oh, I'm really going to struggle tonight. Like, oh my god. Yes, you've been ill, yes, you've done no testing, but who gives a shit?
He's texted me that as well.
You alright, big man?
Do you know who's going to struggle? Do you know who's going to struggle the most?
Yeah.
Let me guess, Monkey Boy, 'cause he's a traitor.
No.
Oh.
Me, because I'm actually in a fucking hard category.
Yeah, look, hey man, I testament to you this season. You've chose a tricky car with quicker drivers coming in. You know, big testament to you. You stuck with it. You could have easily changed your mind. You didn't, so hats off to you for having the balls to do it.
Yeah, just remember, fucking dickhead, you're a fucking melt.
Why am I?
Not you.
How?
You're the fucking melt in here.
Why?
What have I done now?
Fucking traitor!
Who told you that?
Fucking cunt.
I don't know why you're a traitor, Mike.
No.
He's always been a fucking traitor ever since he fucking joined. He was a fuck. Was he fuck? Was he fuck? He was giving us irrelevant information. When I mean irrelevant, fucking nothing!
Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you the other day, Monkey. Do you remember you sent that screenshot of the greasy bandage chap? He's in on his bed. He's had a crayon and drew on the floor. But it's crayon, so it'll come up easy. You know when you sent me that screenshot of the Greasy Bandits Discord the other day with McGowan?
McGowan, yeah.
Do you know not 2 minutes earlier I already sent it Mike and went, oh look, who's at it again?
Like, literally instantly, innit?
Oh, mate. McGowan jumps his Discord, oh, it's Greasy Bandits driver, then that's Sibon. I know that Sibon used to be one before he left.
He still is, I think.
You what, sorry?
He still is part of them, isn't he?
Yeah, he stayed part. I noticed Tank's back in the chat there today, have you seen?
Your comment was brilliant.
Oh, what, when he went, good luck tonight, guys, have a clean one.
Yeah, you said it will be now or something.
Oh, yeah, I thought it will be now. Well, tell me I'm wrong.
No,
Go on.
No.
You're wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you're wrong.
Because Tank's not here?
I think Tank's a fucking very clean driver, thank you very much.
I think you need to give your head a wobble much.
I don't know what you mean. Fucking guy is crystal clean. I don't know what you're talking about. And he's very reasonable.
Which one have you been watching?
I can't wait for Mike to come back. I'm going to tell him that you sent this.
I think he's very reasonable. He's, you know, a well-established human being, and he knows English very well.
What language English?
He can't even fucking speak
Scouse.
English.
Scouse.
So speak fucking correct English.
It's fucking
Politically correct English. Alright, sorry. Bunch of fucking snowflakes. Everybody's a bunch of fucking snowflakes.
He's a fucking cunt.
The only snowflake here, Mush, is yourself.
Oh, fucking bang him across the fucking wall.
Yeah. There's the pro weather. Rain.
Fuck off.
No, it's not really. Same as GT4.
If it was rain, I would have been jumping for fucking joy. Honestly, I would be.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Will this fucking work? I hope it does. No, don't. Balls. Oh well.
So Gary, get this monkey. Gary started from the back last night, GT4s, yeah? And when I said to John, can you just put Gary to the back of the grid order on the video? Fucking SimPlay drivers, they're always a problem, aren't they? John's just put the open chat, 7:30. Winter's not racing tonight. What was it you said about SimPlay drivers fucking up your grid order, eh? Wink face. Rapid though.
He's rapid. Personal bet, everything.
He'll be an AM next season. He'll get relegated to AM at this rate. And there ain't even an AM.
Right, fucking monkey wank.
Bye.
Can we use that? I like that. Oh god, that was good.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SimPlay Motorsport. My name is Dan Davis, and I'll be bringing you all the action once again here in the Pro-Am category, and we are live once again here at Spa. And what a fun night's worth of racing we have ahead of us. Once again, I'll be bringing you all the action for the Pro-Am category. Like I said, hopefully we won't get too used to my voice, as hopefully Lexi next time out will be in the comments box. Still sorting out her internet, but like I said, hopefully all that should be sorted very soon. But we are live here at Spa-Francorchamps for the second round of the Pro-Am Championship, and things are hotting up as the pace gets quicker, the temperature starts to rise as we start to get our way to the spring start of the season. But nonetheless, these Pro-Am drivers are going to be pushing the limits at this historic circuit. Speaking of our historic circuit, as I will try and get you some information on the track map of this beautiful circuit nonetheless. So we are live here at Spa-Francorchamps for the second round of the season, and here is the track map and information you need to know about Spa-Francorchamps. Circuit layout is about 4.3 miles long and 7.0 kilometers long. Number of corners is 19, and left of them are going to be 9 of them, and right of them are going to be 10. The right position, the pole position is on the right. ACC lap record here is a 2:14.9, set in the Ford Mustang GT3, and the most successful drivers around this circuit is myself and Overtaker. Obviously, we shall see how these guys will get on this evening. But Spa-Francorchamps, a legendary circuit nonetheless, and an iconic for wet weather. But tonight we have no wet weather. We have some beautiful sunshines, a little bit of cloud in the sky, but nonetheless, track temperature is 20 degrees, air temperature is 15 degrees, and not a bit of wind at all here. Obviously, I don't think ACC there is ever any wind, but nonetheless, we are live, and let's see who's in the chat this evening. And we have got Benedict Varga, who is currently on circuit at the minute. We got Fury's Grandad saying evening all and good luck everyone. We got Gary Clarbo, evening all. We got Swift in the chat saying evening all, and obviously we got Lewis Hibbs dad, evening all, good luck everyone, and especially to Hibbs, who currently at the minute is sitting third and doing it for the Greasy Bandits Racing. So like I said, round 2 of the season here at Spa-Francorchamps, and we still got a very, very long season ahead. And hopefully up on the screen any moment now should be the calendar for you. And as you can see, we've just had Brands Hatch, our first evening race and our only evening race of the season. We're here at Spa-Francorchamps for the second round. Then it's Indianapolis next for our morning race. Then we head down under to Bathurst, Mount Panorama. Then for round 5 is Silverstone, the home of British Motorsport, and then we head to South Africa, round 6 for Kyalami, and then we have our first night race, the one and only Italian race, Imola, for round 7. Then we head Germany for round 8 for the Nürburgring, then Austria for our second and last night race of the season of the Red Bull Ring, round 9, and then back to British soil for round 10 at Alton Park, finishing the back end of the season stateside at Watkins Glen, and finishing things off at SimPlay Motorsport's home circuit of Donington Park. And obviously as well, if you do like what you see here at SimPlay Motorsport, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell to be notified so you don't miss anything here as well. And if you are a driver and you do want to be a part of the Patreon, then head over to our Patreon page, where it's £3 you can reserve your race number, priority access for sign-ups and events, and track suggestions in later seasons. You get priority on events, and also your streams will automatically be uploaded to the Discord. Now we got all that out of the way, we now look to tonight's race, and obviously more importantly we look to the championship standings. Obviously this is very important, the championship standings, because this would determine our grid for this evening. Obviously the sprint race tonight is a reverse grid, still a 30-minute race as normal. And it is Sny who is leading the way at the minute with 105 points to his name. He's 9 points ahead of Hibbs, who's second in the championship. Ramsell is third, with Stardog in fourth. Delimiter in P5, with Millington in P6. Sam in that P7 position as I try and get another driver while we are going round. So Sam in that P7 position. Goudet sat in P8 with Fat Bloke in P9. Wolski in 10th place with Williams in 11th. Old Sim Racer in that 12th position. Argent in 13th place with Johnson sat in 14th. Lem Speed 1 in 15th with Taylor in 16th. Flores in 17th place position. Varga in 18th. Saunders in 19th. Sturrock in 20th with Smith in 21st. We got Beck in 22nd with Tucker 23rd. Fernie 24th. Craig in 25th. Andrews in 26th position with Evsky in 27th. 28th is the Cranky Duckhead. DJ Phil is in 29th. Best in 30th. Betterson 31st. And Lane in 32nd. Richie still yet to set some points, nor has Waste and a few others as well. Regarding the team's championship, it is Cam Racing leading the way of the Greasy Bandits Racing, and only 6 points separate them, with Fat Bloke Racing in 3rd. FSO Racing Team in 4th, with Mad Dog Motorsport in 5th. SimPlay Racing in 6th, with 7th Stage 2 Motorsport with Team Tom in P8. Then we have Roadrunners Motorsport in that 9th place position with Team Murloc in P10. P11 is Cloud9 Racing with Richie Corsa Team in 12th. 13th is the Ball Busters Racing, with 14th is Quantum Motorsport. I hope I've got this right this time. Quantum Motorsport with RB GT Team in 15th. Mobbers Racing in 16th, and TRC Autosport in that 17th place position. Autosport. So those are your championship standings, and obviously that is based on that reverse grid order. So Sny is currently sat 17th at the minute, and he's going to be starting to the very back of the pack. But it is John Goudet who is setting the pace here in the Aston Martin, with free practice coming at 2, and then Hibbs in that 3rd place position, and they're split by the Porsche of the limiter at the minute, with Millington not too far off, with Ramsel as well, all relatively close. Sam once again looking like he's got good performance in that BMW, with Beck in 7th at the minute, with Varga sat in 8th. Luke Saunders sat in 9th, and Old Sim Racer in 10th place position. As you can see, the times are a little bit more spread out. Being here at Spa-Francorchamps is a much longer circuit, and not as tight as we would like to see. But nonetheless, it is going to be some great action. Susie Cream Cheese in the chat saying evening. Lexi say good evening, SimPlay Nation. Thanks for hopping in for me, Dan. Not a problem, Lexi. Hopefully we shall see you next time out. Now that's a schedule with T. Not sure what you're on about there, Mac, but nonetheless, Lexi in the chat saying yes, and Audi O as well. So guys, let's hear from you in the chat. Obviously we've got the first race coming up very shortly, as Hibbs is going to finish his lap. I'm not sure if Johnson is on a lap at the minute. He does cross the line. Is it Johnson? I'm not sure who it is. It is Old Sim Racer, and he comes to the end. It is going to be Hicks on pole position. Matthew Hicks with Richie alongside him. Betterson and Besser on the front row. So we're looking to see how he gets on. Wow, Mr. Goudet is a rocket, says Benedict Varga. So let's get our first prediction in for tonight. And hopefully we should see some great action here tonight. Like I said, guys, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell to be notified. Are we looking forward to this one? Let me hear you guys in the chat. Sprint race winner coming up very shortly, so you can vote on who you think is going to win this one. And again, like I said, let's get your opinions on this circuit. What do we think of Spa-Francorchamps? What a challenge, let alone a very fast circuit. It's just a challenge on its own. As there goes up the pole.
20 seconds.
Swift saying hi to Susie. It's not. If it's not fixed by next week, I'm getting a train to Sunderland and going to Virgin HQ myself. Tipping in the chat saying good evening all, and she also says hashtag come on quantum. I hope Matt right. I'm not getting that wrong. Lexi, make sure I'm pronouncing that right. But nonetheless, we have got our grid all in place. And speaking of the grid, this is what it will look like as it now loads up onto your screen. Starting from pole position, it will be Matthew Hicks will start on pole position ahead of Mirko Ricci alongside him. Then it's going to be Bettison in that third position with Best in P4. P5 is going away of DJ Phil with P6 going away of the Cranky Duckhead. P7 is Aveski with P8 going the way of B. Craig. Ramy Ferding starting in P9 with Tucker in P10. Stephen Beck starting in 11th with Rob Smith joining him in P12. P13 is Starrock with Saunders alongside him for 13th and 14th place position. 15th is Benedict Varga with Diego Flores starting in 16th place position. 17th will go the way of Andrew Taylor. Flemsby Ward joins him in 18th place position. 19th would be Michael Johnson and Kieran Arjun join him in 20th position. Old Sim Racer 21st and 22nd will be Paul Williams. 23rd Wolski with Fabloke in 24th position. 25th John Goudet. Now we get to the fast end of the grid with 26th going the way of Sam Greaves. 27th is Stephen Millington with the limiter in 28th position. 29th will be Stardog with Robert Ramsell in 30th position. Back end of the championship, and that means Hibbs will start 31st and Snai in 32nd. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your grid for tonight's sprint race. So guys, get your votes in on who you think is going to win this first race. You are correct. Finally, Quantum. I've got Quantum. I finally got that right. I'll be running a Quantum Academy, but not allowed. So I brought LIR name out of retirement from the Project Cars 2 days for GT4. Lol. Nice to see a comeback for a name. But at the front, it is Hicks and Ritchie on the front row. Like I said, let's hear from you guys in the chat. Let's get some conversations going. Let's get this chat underway. Reminder as well, the GT4s did carry ballast. We are running the bot for the GT3, so they'll be carrying significant weight to balance out these cars. I know for a fact the Mustang carries a heavy lot of weight due to the fact of its advantage around this circuit. 5 different manufacturers towards the front. We've got Ferrari, Lambo, BMW, Audi and McLaren all representing near the front of the grid. Who's going to be top dog tonight? That is the question. So guys, like I said, spam that like button, hit that bell to be notified so you don't miss anything here at all. And also, while you're at it, head over into our description and follow our Facebook page, our Twitter, our TikTok, and so on and so forth. Also, while you're there, head over to Design Manchester, designers of producing vinyl graphics, laser engraved gifts, mugs, printed clothing, and much more, including SimPlay merchandise. While you're also there, have a look at Audio Sport, manufacturers of VW Transporter, T4 audio solutions, and styling products. Head over to www.audiosport.co.uk. No Method Duffin, I thought I was watching GT4s again, hearing you. Dan says, Harris, no, it's just me again. Hopefully it'll be Lexi bringing you all the action from later on this season. But yes, I've had to step in. Matt is on call because a baby's about to pop out at any time, so sadly he is not joining me in the comms box. He is on red alert, ready to go, so who knows, we'll be doing it tomorrow night. Hopefully Matt is able to do it, but no, sadly you're gonna have to put up with my my beautiful voice. But yeah, as they get themselves 2 by 2. And also, while I remember as well, make sure you keep an eye on the sign-ups and availability for the 24 hours of the Nordschleife, our fight against cancer, and that obviously being pushed and driven by Paul Williams. So FBR and SimPlay coming together to take on the challenge of the Nordschleife, as everybody out there every day takes on the challenge of beating cancer. Can we beat the circuit? That is a question. As they run 2 by 2, and I'm not sure what happened to Hicks there. He's disappeared. As I've just lost Hicks. I'm not sure if we're losing drivers here, but nonetheless, it's now going to be Richie on pole. Betterson alongside him in the BMW as we're about to go green at Spa-Francorchamps, and away we go. Down towards turn number 1, and the Lamborghini will get the jump as they head up towards the hill. Through Eau Rouge and Radion they go as everyone survived. Looks like we have, but there's a car off. And there's multiple cars. There's cars everywhere. There is a complete traffic jam at the back of the pack. Oh my God. As they finally get going, the fat bloke comes out of the pits to see a confetti of cars. But Hicks managing to get back into the session. Fernie's returned to the pits. There are still cars everywhere. What a disaster at the start of this race. But Richie leads the way ahead of Betterson, and they pulled away from Best, from DJ Phil, from the Cranky Duck at Best, Tucker, Taylor, Smith, Struck, and Saunders. Williams damaged the front end of his car, Millington, and this is the back of that pack as well. But absolute chaos here, and moving to one side. Everyone's 5 seconds later, the women's series, aka Spa, crash, and yeah, it's been absolute chaos there. It's Betterson trying to hustle the back of the Lamborghini of Richie, but there's going to be a lot of cars with a lot of damage, and then we got this leading pack here, and in the middle of that is Steve Beck. So this time round, Steve Beck had a bit of bad luck last time out at Brands Hatch, and Williams was the one who capitalised. Maybe it's his turn to capitalise, and Williams end up in trouble. But meanwhile, Taylor in the background goes very, very wide. And you can see Matt Hicks has come back into pits, Fernie's in the pits, Flores is in the pits, and look at these damaged cars. There's Sam with a damaged car. That also looks like the limiter, I think, has got damage also. Argent, the bumper, I've never seen the back end of a car. Look at the state of the rear wing on the Bentley. That is fully crooked, as there's a lot of damage to a lot of cars here. But Richie leading the way ahead of Besson, and Best nearly drops the back end of the car as DJ Phil works his way through. As there goes Taylor. I think Taylor's dropped it. Yes, he has. Taylor's dropped it all on his own, but luckily it's quite a big gap. And Beck's moving up the order, and also Smith is having a good start as well. What carnage here, and a lot of people responding to that. And Richie goes through Eau Rouge and Radion, as we will start to see cars peeling into the pits. Goudet and Greaves managing to get away most of that. Dick Goudet sustained damage. No, he got a little bit of damage by the looks of things, but have been patient and waited. I think this is the leading group. Hibbs is in this, Ramsell as well. So they guys are the ones that cleared the traffic. Wolfsky as well, Snye as well, and Stardog. All these guys were in the mix of all that, but they managed to clear most of it. Greaves is going with the damage, and Fat Bloke with a great opportunity here, starting from pit lane, avoid all the chaos, and he's got a fresh car, but he's been hit. He's been hit, and the limiter hits it, but he manages to save it and not put it in the wall. The limiter, meanwhile, in the wall with significant damage, and through goes a few other cars, and we've already got a heck of a lot of cars with damage here. So Richie pulling away from Best, and Beck is now in third place. Can he do anything about the leaders, as Best in that fourth place position? As we see here, Smith looking up the inside of DJ Phil, and he'll get the job done on him. Now Struck looking also up the inside. Is he going to possibly try and make a move? That is the question. He cannot find a move at the minute. So Struck just sitting in that 8th place position. Saunders managed to get away scot-free, as did the Cranky Duckhead. Taylor under a bit of pressure now from Ramsell, as the rest of the pack get themselves into order. And we see there side by side is Wolfsky and Stardog by the looks of things. So Stardog trying to work his way through the order. He is carrying Snye right behind him as well. So Snye not having the best of starts here and working his way through the order. And just behind them is John Goudet. A bit of dirt being kicked up there. Was that Taylor? Possibly, no, it was Millington, I think. So Millington kicking up the dirt a little bit just ahead. But it is Richie leading away from Besson in second. Richie setting fastest lap of the race. And we see here, Best has been overtaken by Tucker. He is now under pressure from Smith. 1988 all over again, very much so. Oh, Dan, 2.5 minutes of damage. I could do nothing to avoid. That's such a shame for Benedict Varga. He caught up right in the damage, and obviously the problem is there's a very long pit lane as well, which hurts him even more. Best, meanwhile, is still under pressure from the Mustang. Oh, Cranky Duckhead's gone very wide, and that's allowed Taylor through, Ramsell through, and I believe Hibbs through as well. And that's the depressing part as well. All the cars that are in the paint with major damage have to stop again. They will have to do their pit stop as Sam comes in. So does Paul Williams. So these guys with the damage have managed to carry on going and pit within the pit window. So they've managed to make it work. But how much is it going to help him in the end? That is the question. As Smith's still attacking Best at the minute, but no way through. Taylor now onto the back of Duckhead, but he's dropped back. And DJ Phil is the next on his list. Robert Ramsell is with him. So they're going with the Audi. He's going to look up the inside. DJ Phil staying to the outside of the circuit, and through goes Taylor. And up the inside goes Robert Ramsell. Also, Robert Ramsell looking to the outside. I'm going to attempt quickly to change the cameras as Hibbs joins onto the session. As actually, we're going to stay on this fight. Ramsell up the inside going into Pouon. And is Hibbs going to join him? Ramsell's through, Hibbs is through, and DJ Phil drops down the order once again. And as I will quickly try and change the camera for you guys so that we can get a better action of this race. Sorry, we will be right back. 2 seconds. Like I said, I will get a keyboard for next week. I promise you that. Yeah, Hibbs is now onto the back of Ramsell. But it is Richie leading the way ahead of Betson. These are much better cameras. Back in that third place position now. Comfortable gap to these guys, and Tucker's pulled away. Here we go. Best and Smith going at it, and Best has hit him. Smith has gone round. And big damage by the possible to him there. And Best a little bit rude there. As around the outside goes Struck. Saunders looking to make a move, and Taylor into the pits. And once again, the cameras have changed just when I didn't want them to. So I love ACC, absolutely terrible. We're going to have to stick to these terrible cameras, I'm afraid, as a lot of the guys are now coming into the pits. Stephen Millington losing out there to Snai, and Snai has now made a position. No one's gone green yet in the pits. These are only guys, and Argent's only now leaving the pits. That is how much damage he has had, and what a chaotic first race. We will have to try and find out what caused that, as Sam is the first to complete his stop, and away he goes. So Beck now setting fastest lap of the race and started to catch the leaders at quite a rapid pace as well. So we keep an eye on that, as Luke Saunders now looking to make a move on Best. And Best going around the outside. He's going to have the inside for the next part of the corner. Saunders giving him a lot of room and respect. And a lot of support for the Hibbs. Support in the chat, what I can see. And Luke Saunders now looking to the inside. Here comes Ramsell as well. Ramsell's going up the inside of Best, and contact made. As Hibbs will go around the outside, will he gain a position? And he's side by side with Ramsell, and Ramsell allows him through. So Hibbs, another position gain. He's now going to attempt to try and get past Best. Some close, hard racing here. Car has gone off by the sounds of things. That was Saunders. He's made a mistake, and around he goes. And through the S's, there you go. A lot of the drivers have now gone green in the pit stops. In the background there, we see Luke Saunders getting back onto the rear of, I believe that is Hicks, who's done his pit stop, I think. But we're sticking to this fight at the minute. It is quite close. I believe the top 3 cars are the only ones that I know that don't have damage. Best, yeah, he's got a little bit of damage to the splitter there. Oh, they all go wide, Hibbs and Best and Ramsell, as Beck comes into the pits, and Best has missed his brakes, I think. No, he's managed to get it together. He's got it stopped, but he's gone off, and he's had to take the shortcut. Is now Hibbs opting to pit pits? Yes, he does. And Ramsell continues on through, so he might have been better off to join Hibbs in the pit, but Best losing a position there to Ramsell now, as Ramsell goes up the inside, but he goes a bit deep, and Best has to fall into position. So now a little bit of damage on the front of his car. Let's see where all this has panned out. Where is Sam? Sam is currently in 20th and nowhere near the leading pitters. Tucker is now the leading pitter, and let's have a look at a car that does not have any damage, because there's quite a few gaps at the minute. So Richie pretty clean on his car, and Betterson also very clean, and Beck opting to pit as well. His car looks pretty clean, so no damage to his. As Best still trying to fight with Ramsell, but Ramsell is pulling away. Myers in the chat, Aaron Myers saying, hi lads, hope I have not missed much. Well, you've just missed a crash back from 1998. Big crash, let's just put it that way. As Richie's starting to extend that gap to Betterson. Now Richie's going to have to start thinking about Beck, who's in the pits. And once again, Best under pressure from the Mustang now. Who is that? That looks like it is... Oh, that looks like it is Smith. Through goes Smith. And Best losing out, and through goes Snye as well. So Snye makes a position as well. So position gain for the BMW. Oh, and Best has a moment. Has he kept it together? No, he's gone round. So Best making that mistake. So Richie now coming to the final end of this lap. Is he going to opt to pit? That is the question. No, he's going for one more lap. Betterson carries on through as well. No, he pits now. So this is going to be a good representation of where Beck comes in after all of that. So he's now only gone into sector 2 as Betterson comes into the pits. That's how much of a gap. Oh, Hibbs has just got past Struck as well. So Hibbs has pitted and has got ahead of Struck. Beck is down towards a no-name. Well, Hibbs is his next challenger, and he's only now coming out of the tight chicane. So he's got quite a bit of a gap, and he can purely focus on the leaders. Ramsell in as well. And there's all sorts of cars out of position here. And Tucker under pressure from Hibbs, Taylor, Struck, and Saunders not too far behind them either. And Andrew Aberdeen in the chat saying, evening everyone. As they're all trying to work their way through. Hibbs with a lot of momentum, great through Pouon. But he's not quite close enough to Tucker. This is a great little four-way fight. What else is going on? And DJ Phil's caught Cranky Duckhead. Goudet has cleared all those guys as well. So John Goudet, even though he's ended up in that absolute chaos of a start of a lap, he has had good progress and worked his way forward. Back to Hibbs though. On to the back of Tucker. On Taylor goes very wide again. That is going to be a track limits warning for him. But we stay on board with Tucker because Hibbs is on the attack. He's on the move. Where is he going to pounce? Can Tucker fight off the McLaren driver? Through towards the bus stop chicane we go. Hibbs, is he going to look to the inside? No, Tucker breaks just as late and just makes the apex, and he's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Meanwhile, where is Beck? He is coming out of the final corner as Betterson now goes green. So Beck not close enough yet. Hibbs, meanwhile, is still trying to find a way past on Tucker. What he'll need now is a fantastic exit out of turn number 1, so he gets a great run up Eau Rouge and Radion. We will come back to him in a few moments' time as DJ Phil still fighting with that of the Cranky Duckhead, looking to the inside, possibly not quite close enough. Fat Bloke has done Wolfski, as that was the other fight that was happening. And now Best is in the pits, but we're on board with Tucker, 59. That is Stephen Millington for speeding in the pit lane. And Ramsell comes out of the pits and he's been mugged by the two McLarens. Hibbs versus Tucker. Towards the chicane we go. Tucker goes deep. Hibbs goes up the inside, and Hibbs gets the position. Or has he? He runs wide. But no, job done for Hibbs. Tucker drops the position, but he has now got the pack of Ferraris swarming behind him, and Ramsell's now looking down the inside. Up the inside he goes, and Tucker goes from leading the pack, dropping down the pack, and being mugged left, right, and centre. Robert Ramsell gains the position. Taylor now on the rear wing of the McLaren. Can he do anything about the position? Millington, meanwhile, big disaster. Stop and go for speeding in the pit lane as Fat Bloke now onto the back of DJ Phil. Hicks now finally in the pits, but I think Hicks is suffering with internet issues as Richie and Sny are both into the pits. There is Beck, and he is caught up with Betterson. 1.4 is the gap. Meanwhile, we go back to Taylor.
Pit window is now closed.
Pit window closed, so if anyone has not done their stop within the window, they are done, and that is Diego Flores. Taylor, meanwhile, trying to bring the gap down to the McLaren driver of Tucker. Ramsell, you can just see he's slightly ahead, has got a little bit of damage to that Ferrari, so he's not going to be in perfect condition to pull away. Meanwhile, Richie has gone green. Where is Betterson? He's into turn number 1. Richie, though, was one of the late entries into the pit lane. We've got a yellow flag up the far end of the circuit. I'm not sure who that is, but there is a car off, and I'm trying to figure out who that is. Unsure who it is, but either way, Richie has now come out of the pits, and where is Betterson? There he is! And here comes Betterson around the outside of Richie, but here comes Beck! Beck looks to the inside of turn number 1, but he can't get the job done. No, he's not far enough, but he's got time. He's got 4 minutes to go. Sadly, we do not run a PC championship at this stage, but hopefully in the future we will do. We'll get back to you on that one as the action is starting to heat up here. Betterson now leads this race with 3.5 minutes left to go. 1.5 laps to go, and Richie has made a mistake. Hibbs is now up to P4. Really unlikely to get on the podium unless something happens to the leaders. Someone has returned back to the pits. I'm not sure who it is. Let's have a look who is in the pit lane. It was the cranky duckhead. He's back to the pit lane. But meanwhile, Betterson leading the way from Beck, from Richie. Top 3 going at it, and what a reverse grid we have had so far. Hibbs pulling away from Ramsell ahead of Tucker and Taylor, who's not really doing anything at this minute. So your fight is the leaders. And Beck, a disastrous Brands Hatch, comes to Spa, and he's looking to possibly take a race win away from Betterson. I don't know if Betterson's even had a race win to his name. I also forgot to do the weekly roundup. No one's on a 50th, no one's on an appearance, so really it's down to who's going to win this race from the top 3, and Richie has dropped off the back of the leaders. Mirko's got no answer. Beck, meanwhile, is attacking the BMW. Betterson keeps the car in the middle of the circuit. Betterson using the McLaren to its advantage. We cross the line to possibly start our final lap. Yes, we will, unless these boys are doing 2:15s. I doubt they are. But it is going to be the fight to the death of Betterson, Beck and Richie for the race win here. Currently got 37 people watching the stream. Hit that like button, please, guys, and subscribe to the channel if you are new here, and hit the bell to be notified so you don't miss anything. Betterson has made a mistake in turn 1, and Beck has got the run. He's got the lead. He's got Rouge and Radion, and he leads the sprint race. Betterson, though, could come back, but Richie's had a brilliant run through Rouge and Radion. They're all in the slipstream. Beck trying to break the slipstream. The Porsche of, I'm not sure who the Porsche is. I think that is the Limiter, or no, Flemsby 1, right on the back of him. Obviously can't interfere whatsoever, but Betterson's had a great run through the S's here. He's now onto the back of Beck, but Beck's had a better exit. Harris in the chat. Harris in the chat saying, come on, Beck, lad. And Crown in the chat saying, good casting, mate. Leaving a like for that. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you for supporting the channel. But Beck leading the way. He's still got half a lap to go, and he's got 2 very fast cars behind him, of the Betterson and Richie. Lamborghini and BMW hunting the McLaren down. It has been McLaren dominant so far in the GT4s, with O'Reilly taking 2 wins last night. But can the McLaren keep his momentum up in the hands of Beck as they go through the final few laps, a few corners here into the final sector we go, and Betterson goes a little bit wide, gets a little bit contemplated there. but I think Beck is going to hold on. He just needs to survive the bus stop. It looks good. It looks clean. Richie runs wide and can't stick to the BMW Betterson. Or can he? Betterson's possibly missed a gear. He's going side by side. Beamer versus Lambo. Oh, they hit the curb, Betterson. Oh, Flemspeed's right on the back of him. But we go to your race leader, Steve Beck, from the back of the pack, or mid-pack, coming through in the McLaren to win a brilliant sprint race. He wins Stage 2 Motorsport, take the first win with Steve Beck at the wheel. Brilliant stuff. Richie nicks it right at the end, ahead of Betterson in third. Where is Hibbs? Strong championship points for him here. He's going to finish fourth in this race with a little bit of damage to the front end of his car. Brilliant stuff from him in fourth place position. Ramsell is going to finish in fifth, with Tucker coming home in that sixth place position ahead of Taylor, ahead of Struck in that eighth place. Saunders caught them in the end with Goudet in that 10th place position. Snide still decent points for him. He is the championship leader, but he will leave thinking, okay, scored decent points, could have ended a lot worse. Meanwhile, Wolski is trying to catch DJ Phil. And DJ Thrill into the chicane. Top 15 for DJ Phil. He'll be happy with that one. And to the line he comes. DJ Phil finishing in 12th place position, with Wolski in that 13th place position. Best is going to hang in there for a best position of 14th, with Fat Bloke coming in that 15th place position in the McDonald's livery. Yes, well deserved Mega Drive, says Harris in the chat. I forgot to end the poll. I was that excited. I forgot to end the poll. Smith is just going to finish ahead of Sam, and here comes Smith. A brilliant drive in the end for him to take 16th place position. Greaves in that 17th. Williams, his teammate, had the luck this time round. He had the bad luck, and to the line he comes. The limiter, meanwhile, taking fastest lap of the race in that Porsche. We'll keep an eye on him come qualifying. What lap time can he produce as Williams crosses the line for 18th. Limiter is going to finish in 19th. Millington is going to finish in that 20th position. Hicks in 21st. Johnson 22nd. Benedict Varga in 23rd. As he now comes to the end of the race, who's ahead of him? Sounds like a Porsche. That is the limiter. 19th place position for him. Benedict Varga crosses the line in 23rd. Flemspeed 1, 24th. Craig 25th. Arjun 26th. Stardog 27th. Fernie 28th. Duckhead 29th. Old Tim Racer 30th. And Flores in 31st, and 4 laps down. What are the lap times? We will bring them to you in the next session. This is the Pro-Am category, so our slower class. So we'll bring them into the qualifying sessions, but we will have a short break as we will go into a short practice session, and we'll be back for the feature in a few moments' time. So grab a drink, grab a cup of coffee, grab something to eat, because it is about to get spicy for the feature race. We will see you in a few moments' time. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the SimPlay Motorsport stream. And we're about to get qualifying back underway here as Rob Smith will lead them out of the pit lane for our qualifying session here. A 15-minute qualifying session for these guys. Obviously, last night with the GT4s that only had 5 minutes, which pretty much meant they only had 1 lap to really show what they had to offer. But for the GT3s, there is 15 minutes, including for the pros tomorrow night as well. Monday, guys, there is 19 likes at the minute. Let's hit that like button, smash that button, as we are looking to go into this season trying to reach as many subscribers as we possibly can, trying to reach that magical number of 1,000. So please hit that like button, as we are going to try and get some qualifying predictions in for this one. As I will quickly read you the championship standings as well. But it is a good way to start the night. A little bit chaotic in that first race, and if you did not see, then go back at the start of the stream, because that was just complete chaos. But nonetheless, every driver pretty much got to the end of that race. I don't know, a few maybe retired, but nonetheless, pretty much everyone gave it a good go. As I will get a poll going for who you think is going to take pole position for this session. So after all of that, and Smith comes into the final corner, start his qualifying session. The championship standings looks like this. Hibbs is leading the way with 8 points ahead of Robert Ramsell in second. Snai is third. The Limiter in P4 with Beck in P5. Sangreaves in P6 with Goudet in P7. Millington P8. Stardog P9. Fabloke P10. Wolfsky in 11th with Taylor in 12th. Williams in 13th with Struck in 14th place position. 15th is Tucker with 16th going away of Betterson. Ritchie in 17th place position with Saunders in 18th, Johnson in 19th, and Flemsby 1 in 20th. 21st is Argent with 22nd, Old Sim Racer. 23rd is Smith. 24th is Varga. Flores in 25th with 26th going the way of DJ Phil. 27th is Best with Craig in 28th, Vernie 29th, Andrews in 30th, Cranky Duckhead 31st, Hicks in 32nd, and Efsky in 33rd, Lane in 34th, and Waste still to get off the mark. Regarding the teams, it is Greasy Bandits leading the way ahead of Cam Racing, 9 points separating those two, with Fat Bloke Racing in third. Stage 2 Motorsport in P4 with FSO Racing P5, SimPlay Racing P6 with P7 Mad Dog Motorsport Team. Tom is P8, while Team Molar is P9. P10 is a Ritchie Corsa team with P11 Cloud9 Racing RB GT team in P12 with Road Runner Motors in 13th with I really hate this name. Quantum Motorsport in 14th with 15th Ball Busters Racing. 16th is TRC Audio Sport with 17th going Marbles Racing. And that is your championship standings. And yes, Hibbs is leading the way. So all you Hibbs fans in the chat, it's becoming a recurring thing that Hibbs seems to be the favourite. And Smith had a big moment all on his own. And there goes Hibbs himself through the corner. And we will go on aboard with a driver. I think there is the 96. Where is the 96? 96, I believe it is Sam. I can't find the 96 for some daft reason. There it is, he's right at the top. And hopefully my nope, it's not going to give me him. We will find a driver who's coming to the end of a lap. We'll go on board with Robert Ramsell. In the Ferrari as Hibbs sets the pace of a 19.0. We're going to take a lap with Ramsell around this fantastic circuit at Spa-Francorchamps. Hibbs day 1 for P1, fingers crossed. as a lot of drivers again supporting Hibbs as we head down towards turn number 1 on